We can't stand waiting, and it's wired into us. And the personal care industry is no exception. But to most people, calling to make an appointment is not a better option. And this holds especially true for the millennial generation. Recognizing this as a pain point, that people neither want to wait nor pick up the phone and make an appointment, we developed our first business model, which was Groomie, an online booking platform for the personal care industry. The Groomie business model rested on 6 key hypotheses. The first was that Groomie's market segment would be younger, tech-savvy, hate making phone calls, and feel their time is too valuable to sit in a waiting room. Second, we thought that booking practice as they exist are inefficient for consumers. And third, that they'd be willing to pay for something better. For the providers themselves, we thought that booking practices are a pain point because they're losing time and money with current systems that don't match demand with supply. Second, we thought that they'd be willing to pay for something more efficient because it would address those pain points. And third, we thought that online booking was a white space. We tested these hypotheses and found that when it came to consumers, we were dead right. With the market segment, we found that we actually underestimated it because in a world where grandma and mom use texts and emojis and GIFs, they're more comfortable with smartphones than we thought. And customers, of course, hate booking over the phone. We were also pleasantly surprised by customers' willingness to pay. When it came to the providers, we found that we were actually dead wrong. Those that want appointments take the time to book, whether it's online or over the phone. It was in fact the walk-in business model where they felt the most pain. And they were generally unwilling to pay or adapt their processes much. They didn't want to learn, and they certainly didn't want to teach a new system to their staff. And finally, we thought online booking was a white space. Quite the opposite. It's actually quite the crowded space. Based on what we learned, we underwent a serious pivot, and we're proud to introduce you to QGO, a combination of Q, or line, which people don't want to wait in, and Go, since our clients just want to go. QGO is the first FastPass style company in the personal care industry. Building on the success and acceptance of business models like TSA PreCheck and Disney's FastPass, QGO allows customers to leap to the front of the line during periods that they select for a small fee. The QGO model is responsive to customer feedback. Customers who were willing to pay between $2 and $5 generally for the ability to jump in line. They did have some concerns about congestion if too many people joined the platform, and about fairness and equality if others felt like they were taking their spot in line. And we listened to those customers. For just $4.95 a month, they get 2 free leaps and can buy more for $1.95 each. From their perspective, all they do is click on a time block at the provider they wish to see, and they'll be the first in line if they show up during that block. Congestion is minimized by limiting the number of leaps a provider can offer during a given hour. And from an equity perspective to other customers, it simply looks like the QGO subscriber is showing up with a reservation. And for our service providers who wanted simple and free, they got it. They simply need to give us a phone number at which they can receive a text message indicating that they've earned their dollar because a QGO subscriber has opted to leap during a given hour. This approach also helps with disintermediation because subscribers pay at the time of their leap, so there's no incentive for them to book directly with the service provider.
We project revenues to be a little under $500,000 the first year and expanding based off the rollout and expansion in different cities. Gross profit margins in line with typical SaaS businesses, going from 75 to 90% with scale. EBITDA shows that we'll be cash flow positive after 2 years, which leads us to our sources and uses of cash. With a raise of $1.2 million, we'll achieve these milestones.
Market size and detailed financials are submitted with this video. Our founders are a venture capitalist, an engineer, and a lawyer, and will build out a business development, marketing, and engineering team. Also, QGO can grow with new geographies, new industries like clubs or delis, and by adding dynamic pricing. QGO, coming in 2019.